shine so bright, beaming in the night. Lay down your worries, you are not behind. I know how it feels to wonder why you're not where you want to be in life.
Hello y'all, welcome back. Hello y'all, that sounds so fake. Hey y'all, welcome back to PalominoIntuitive. My name is Star and I'm an intuitive reader. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Okay, so I'm picking back up on the zodiac readings. Check out my Mercury in retrograde reading that I just posted, and that'll explain the scenery change. But right now I'm really just gonna go ahead and jump in. Also, I haven't been shuffling on camera, and I want to start back shuffling on camera. Like, if it just takes more time, it takes more time, okay? Because I don't know, I feel like my readings are still like good when I pre-shuffle, but I don't know, I just like more when I shuffle like this. I don't know, it's just something that I like about it. So today we're going to be looking into the Scorpios. Okay, so hello Scorpios. Okay, if you have Scorpio sun, if you have Scorpio sun, moon, or rising, let me put these down because I'm not ready yet. If you have Scorpio sun, moon, or rising, then this reading can resonate with you. Okay, if you would like to go watch the signs for your big three, your other two in your big three, feel free to go back on my channel and find those. Even the ones that are pre-shuffled, they still were really good, still were very insightful, so definitely go and watch those. And if I have not uploaded your signs, then go ahead and subscribe to the channel and turn on the bell notification, because I am posting one every single day until I'm done. All right, so with that being said, let's just go ahead and get into it. We're going to be looking into your love life, career, and then overall advice for the month of January 2022. Okay, so the first card that I pull is going to be representing your love life and things that you could expect. Oh, the second card that I pull is going to be in reference to your career. And then the third card is going to be just overall advice. That was a terrible shuffle, so let's try this again. I was trying not to upset my my incense and all my ash, you know. But it looks like I just got to do what I got to do. All right, so let's go ahead and see, Spirit, what can the Scorpios expect in January 2022? Spirit, what can all the Scorpio placements expect in January 2022? All right, so I feel like this is the love card. Spirit, what can Scorpios expect in their career in January 2022? And then last but not least, what is the overall advice for Scorpios? Okay. All right, so for you guys, it's flipped, but this is your love card, this is the career card, and this is the overall advice. So let's go ahead and just look into it. So the love card, you guys have the Emperor in reverse. Okay, so with the Emperor in reverse, I feel like you guys are going to, okay, so I'm gonna touch on like singles and relationship, but overall, like with this card in reverse, I kind of feel like you guys are gonna be like letting some walls down, or like letting your defense down, letting your guard down in some kind of way in regards to love. For some of you, if you're in a relationship, this could look like you telling your partner something personal about you that you haven't told them before. It could look like you taking the relationship to the next step. It could look like you becoming more intimate with this person. The Emperor for me really represents like divine masculine energy, and with this in reverse, I'm kind of feeling like this is like a divine masculine approach, that's like a masculine approach that's kind of being softened. So it doesn't mean, I'm not seeing like a weak man necessarily, it's just like someone who is very masculine in like the way that they protect themselves, someone who's very protective of the energy, which Scorpios tend to be. It's like, I feel like there's an opportunity for you guys to let your walls down, or to become more open or intimate or vulnerable with somebody. Really, that applies for singles and those of you in a relationship. The only difference is that if you're in a relationship, you obviously know that it's going to be with your partner, but if you're single, it may be someone that you're kind of not expecting it to be with, or you finally are gonna like stop playing hard to get with someone who's been trying to get to know you, like that kind of energy. But overall, it's like there's just this sudden, I feel like it's an urge too. I feel like this group is like, or this sign, shall I say, it's like y'all have been being very like stubborn or distant to how you really feel for a long time. So you guys might have been craving a deeper connection for a while, but like you were just so focused in your masculine energy of, you know, being dedicated towards your goals, being committed towards different goals, and also trying to protect yourself and your feelings, that you just kind of push those feelings to the side and just try to you know, just focus on whatever it is that you can kind of control in your life. But the thing is that, you know, emotions and feelings and relationships are things that we can't control. So I feel like you guys tried to run from this, but I feel like in January it's becoming more and more difficult for you to do that, and you're gonna just eventually just go ahead and be vulnerable with somebody. I feel like for some of you this may be like you expressing like feelings for somebody, and for other, like for those of you that are probably single, it could be like you like telling somebody that you actually do like them back, or that you do like them, or agreeing to go on a date, or you know, something like that. It's something that makes you vulnerable. So I feel like for singles, it's probably, like I said, just like telling somebody else how you really feel about them, and like no longer hiding your feelings. For those of you in a relationship, this could look like you, like I said, telling your partner something about you that's very personal, that's very intimate, that you're probably uncomfortable with. Like for some of you, I see someone like crying to a partner, like kind of just talking about something that's very sensitive and emotional for you that you don't really talk about, or that you don't really tell people. But I feel like you kind of have needed an outlet for this, and you're going to find that in January in your partner, for those of you that are in a relationship. And I also feel like you're developing greater trust, because I feel like a lot of you have been in situations where you just learned that you couldn't trust people because people might have taken your kindness for weakness. People might have abused your loyalty. People might have, you know, you told them something personal about you, thinking that they cared about you and thinking that you could confide in them, and then they went behind your back and told someone else, or maybe they used that information against you in an argument. And like you guys have just developed these walls. It's like walls that are being broken down in January, because as much as as strong of a person as you are, nobody likes to be strong all the time. Even the most toughest warriors still want to take that armor off at some point, you know. And like you guys are just getting to the point where you're ready to take your armor off, and I feel like there is going to be a safe space for you to do so. So that's really beautiful. I'm seeing that for the Scorpios. Okay, so let's go ahead and look into your career. So for career, we have the Two of Cups in reverse. Let's see. So what is this about? So all right, so I'm seeing two kind of things going on at once, but they're like the same energy. When I see the Two of Cups, and the Two of Cups usually represents a dynamic that is very harmonious, and that is like equal give and takes, kind of similar to the Six of Pentacles. But with this in reverse, is letting me know that whatever exchange that you're involved in terms of your career is not giving you as much as you're putting in. So for some of you, and that the reason I said I feel like there's two things going on at once, because I feel like some of you, or probably most of you, have most of the people that are attracted to me, I notice, have businesses or some type of creative endeavor. Most of the people that are attracted to my readings and my channel always are looking for more than one source of income. But I feel like you guys have like a job where your job might require a lot from you, and like you're giving what you can to your job, but it's not necessarily giving back to you. So this could be like, maybe you're not making enough money there. This could be that your contributions are not recognized. People might try to downplay how hard you work. It could be that you're just really simply not having luck in like your projects. The job could feel draining. It could feel like you don't have enough time for yourself, or for, you know, your business, or the things that you really want to pursue. It just feels like in some way you're giving to this job. It feels like a job that you're giving to, and it's not really giving you that same level of energy in return in terms of your profit or whatever you're getting for your work, whether it's profit, recognition. It's like you're just not getting that. But in the same sense, I feel like you have something else that you're working on, such as like a business or a creative endeavor, something like another source of income, whatever it is, that is going to be kind of the same but in a different way. I feel like you guys have some kind of business or project that you're working on that's in the beginning phases. So this is also something where you're giving it a lot of energy, but it's not really giving you return yet. But I feel like this is like more in alignment with where you're going. I feel like there's two things that you're giving energy to that are not giving you everything back, but it's like one of them will give it back to you in time if you stay consistent, whereas the other one you probably have put in enough time and it's just not giving because for whatever reason, you know. I feel like the old thing is a job and I feel like the new thing is a business, but of course take it how it resonates. This is a general reading. It could be just going from one job to the next job, you know, or going from somewhere where you really had no room to move up in the company to moving to a different company where, you know, if you play your cards right, you could easily get promoted within the next few months to a year. You know, it's just take it how it resonates. But I really feel like for a lot of you, this is about leaving a job that's kind of just, you realize like it's just not really giving what you wanted to give, and then putting more energy into a business where it's in the beginning, so it's also not giving much. But you know that if you stay consistent with this business or with this project, that in due time you could get clients or you could start selling products, or that it could turn into a source of income that's giving you better return on investment than your job could if you were to put the same amount of time in. So I don't know, I feel like I'm surprised that I get why this is the Two of Cups, but I'm also getting like Two of Pentacles energy, because I feel like the Scorpios are in a place where you're having to balance both of these things. Like it's not like, even though I feel like the job that you have is not really giving back to you, I'm not necessarily feeling like you just need to quit it like in a quick way, but it's just like kind of acknowledge that you kind of need to like acknowledge that that thing is not really where your future is. And even though you have it for the moment, you're really more focused on something else, on building something else. I think that's kind of the message here. Yeah, it's like you guys are kind of juggling between two different things with your career in January. You're juggling between something that's something old that you've been holding on to, and then something new that you're kind of building, okay? So let's look into the overall advice. We have the Nine of Swords in reverse. So yeah, the Nine of Swords in reverse is telling me that it's time for you guys in January to get out of your own way and to get out of your own head. Okay, Scorpio is a sign, it's a fixed sign, it's a fixed water sign in particular. Ruled by Pluto, known to cover or to rule the dark things in life, the just darker side of things like death, things like deep emotions and all this kind of stuff. And I feel like Scorpio, again, is a very stubborn sign. So with the Nine of Swords in reverse, it's like there's a lot of mental patterns that you guys have that are causing you to stay stagnant in things, or that are causing you to not develop or deepen the relationships that you have as much as you really want to, or that are causing you to not feel comfortable to give more energy to something that's going to benefit you more in the future, because there's this sense of like there's this like wall, there's this sense of like trying to protect yourself. It's so funny because like I think that like Scorpios, it's like sometimes they have like fire, they give me like fire energy, which we do have Aries here with this card, but it's like I feel like they also give me like earth energy, because it's just like there's this unwaveringness in Scorpio, which is so interesting because it's still a water sign. But it's just like you guys have a lot of mental thoughts, mental beliefs, mental patterns that get in the way of how you move. And it's like no one can really break out of this pattern, no one can break you out of this pattern but you. You guys are the kind of signs where you could watch as many readings as you want to, you could listen to as many motivational things as you want to, you could listen to as many people say whatever as much as you want to, but like you can still, after all of that, come up with an excuse for why you should stay the same, or like why you should still not trust someone, or why you should still not pursue something new, why you should still protect yourself and not be vulnerable. Like, you know, it's that kind of energy. So I feel like the advice here is to let go of that, let go of fear, let go of your anxieties, let go of things not working out. And also I want to say to let go of control. That's also something that I'm getting here with this Emperor in reverse. It's like you guys are letting go of the need to control everything around you, because as humans, when we try to control everything around us, we're doing that out of fear. We're doing that out of being afraid of the unknown, being afraid of what will happen if we don't know what's going to happen next. We feel safest when we know what's going to happen next, or when we feel like we can control whatever is going to happen next. And I feel like in January, you guys are going to go through some kind of experience where you're forced to just exist with things being outside of your control, and you'll realize that whatever you were afraid of is really not as scary as it seemed. So like I said, for some of you, it's going to be in love, where you try to control, you know, how much emotion you show, and there's going to be something that comes up where you just simply cannot hide it. You have to tell somebody how you feel, or you have to vent to someone and express to someone something that pains you, because it might be the pain might be building up. For some of you in your career, where it's like I said, there's something that you're giving energy to that's not giving back. And so it's like, you can't keep pretending that everything is okay, or you can't keep pretending that, you know, you have everything under control, you know, because it's like you don't. And you don't, there's so much in life that you don't control. You can't control other people, you can't control a job, you can't control, you know, money. You can control your flow of abundance in a sense, but you really can't control like how much money comes to you, when, where, and how, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, you guys are going to be really learning, and your advice here is to let go of needing to control things all the time. Okay. I remember when I was doing this reading, for the other signs, one thing that all the signs have in common with this month is that like things are going to be brought to the surface, like your fears or your bad habits are going to be brought to the surface in order for you to work on them. And so with you all, I feel like, excuse me, I feel like with you all, like your fears that are being brought to the surface are surrounding like your emotional vulnerability and needing to control things around you. So you're going to come in contact with situations where you have to be vulnerable, and you don't have any control over the situation. And it's kind of I feel like you're going to want to reject it at first, just like all the other signs want to reject their healing or whatever they need to work on. But it's like, if you just flow with this and allow it to happen, and use it as a learning lesson, and use it as an opportunity to overcome your fears, then I see you coming out on top. Your relationships will definitely deepen, and you will have more confidence in yourself to pursue something new. Because like I said, I feel like whatever like job or like main source of stability that you have right now is really not giving to you as much as you give to it, and you know that you want to move on to something else, but your fears have been kind of stopping you from believing in whatever it is that you want to do. It's like you've been kind of like, it's like you've been trying to play it safe, like trying to play it safe with other people, trying to play it safe with your career, and it's really not working. Like, and I think that you might have been trying to convince yourself that it's working, but again, there's like this craving or this desire within you to have a deeper relationship, or to have a career that gives you more, you know. So you're not going to be able to ignore that in January. So let's look into your oracle cards. The first card that you have is, wow, literally, uplift your thoughts. Focus your attention on the many blessings that surround you. By doing so, you'll let go of depression, poor self-esteem, and excess weight. So it's so bright. There we go. So yeah, here's this card. And yeah, it's like there's this need to get out of your own way mentally, for sure, with you guys. Like I said, Scorpio is a very stubborn sign, just like all the other fixed signs. And so, you know, no one can really get you out of this rut but you. And also, I feel like with fixed signs like to learn lessons the hard way. I feel like fixed signs, like I said, it's just like fixed signs are the people that need to experience something for themselves in order for it to really change them, or in order for it to really stick with them, whatever advice they need to take from it. So with you guys, I definitely feel like things that you're uncomfortable with are going to manifest in January for you to face them head on, and to realize that they're not as scary as you were making them out to be in your head, and then you can overall grow from that. So let's see. We have balance here. So yeah, there needs to be a balance of, I feel like there needs to be a balance of your masculine and your feminine energies. Like I said here with this Emperor card in reverse, it's like there's been a heavy emphasis on you guys' masculine energy, on trying to protect yourself, on trying to be disciplined, on trying to be committed and dedicated to something, and trying to be like really focused and, you know, only make logical decisions. But we all carry masculine and feminine energy, and, you know, just the same way, if you fall too far into the feminine, you won't get anything done, and, you know, you'll be too in your feelings all the time, and it might lead you into emotional chaos. The same thing in reverse can happen if you're too in your masculine energy. You become cold, you become stoic, you start lacking in imagination and creativity. You start not to believe in things if, you know, it don't seem logical to you, if you can't rationalize it, you know. And so I feel like you guys, your message here is to kind of bring those two things back into balance, okay? Also, because another thing with masculine energy and why we also need a healthy level of feminine energy is masculine energy is very, like I said, it's very logical, it's very rational. Masculine energy looks at what's like real, like in the physical, like what's physically in front of it and how it can use that, whereas feminine energy is that creative, imaginative energy where you're channeling something that's not real yet, or you're the same way how, you know, a baby comes from out of the cosmos into a woman's womb physically, you know. So it's like when you're too in your masculine energy, you start to doubt yourself because you start to doubt things that you can't see. When you're too in your masculine energy, you're not really tapping into enough faith because you're only focused on what you can see or what's real to you in the present moment, you know. So it's like with this group, with the Scorpios, it's like lean more into your feminine energy and being able to be more emotionally available and more emotionally vulnerable, but also lean into your femininity and not your femininity, but your feminine energy in the sense of believing in things that seem unrealistic or believing in things that you can't rationalize. Like you're not going to be able to rationalize everything in life. Everything in life is not going to make sense to you. Things such as miracles are not really rational. That's why they're called miracles, you know. Or when somebody gets a blessing, that's why they get called lucky, because it doesn't really make rational sense as to how they were able to achieve this or how they were able to get whatever blessing. So you guys need to tap into that. You need to tap into your ability to believe in something even if it doesn't seem realistic, or even if you think about it logically, it seems like it would not work out. Does that make sense? Like, how many miracles have we seen here? Like, you know, you guys, like, I feel like this group likes to consume like motivational content that pushes you to like grind and like focus and be dedicated, but also try looking at motivational content that is more faith-based, and look at motivational content that talks about miracles, that talks about people where all the odds were stacked against them and logically it seemed like they weren't going to make it, and then they had faith and tried something new, tried something creative, and it worked out for them. Because everything is like, you guys, I don't feel like your work ethic is an issue. I feel like you guys work hard enough, but it's just like you work in a way where you're still doing it out of fear, you're still doing it out of trying to protect yourself, and you're really not moving in your full faith, honestly. Because like I said, there's things that you really want to do when it comes to how you want to have a relationship with someone, and there's also things that you want to do in your career that you're telling yourself not to do, or that you're telling yourself that you can't do right now and that you have to postpone because it's somehow not realistic for you to do it right now, you know, even though you know that you're really craving this. Okay, so yeah, let's go ahead and pull your last card. Ooh. Wow, so we have money, make it rain. Okay, so yeah, I feel like when you guys get out of your own way, that's when you'll start to see the results. That's when you start to see the results that you're looking for. I want to get, let's see, yeah, literally I was like, I need one more card, and look at what we have. We have, what the hell are you waiting for? Get that shit done. If you're waiting for a sign, well, here it fucking is. I mean, how much clearer could we get than this? You know, it's like, yeah, y'all are gonna definitely get things brought to you in January where you have no choice but to face it, and you have no choice but to go after what you actually want and stop pretending that you're okay with where you are, because the reality is that you're not. And like I said, I feel like you guys have like, you've been having up walls trying to protect yourself, and all you're really doing is like blocking what you actually want from coming through because you refuse to admit that you want it. It's like, if you want to have a business, you keep trying to convince yourself that you're okay with working at your job, knowing damn well that you're not. But part of you is just not believing because you might not have seen, because like I said, your business is not giving back to you yet. It's very new. So whatever you want to do in the new, you know, like starting a business or having a creative endeavor, it's not really giving back to you right now. So it's like you've been trying to pretend that you're okay with your job when you know damn well that you're not, instead of believing in yourself and putting that energy into your business and watching it grow. Or you have someone who you have feelings for them, but you've been trying to convince yourself that you're okay with being single. Or if you're in a relationship, you've been trying to convince yourself that you're okay with your partner not knowing certain things about you, or not talking to them about certain things that you're going through, when really you know doggone well that you want to be with this person, or you want to be able to confide in your partner and lean on them for support, but it will require you to be vulnerable first. Like, these are the kind of scenarios that I'm seeing for you, Scorpio. So this is my advice for you. Overall, I think the month of January will be good for you, but like I said, I think the month of January is pushing all of the signs to grow. So definitely go and watch your other 2 signs in your big 3 after watching this one. Leave me a comment down below letting me know how it resonates with you, and leave me a star emoji in your comment if you made it to the end of this reading, okay? Also, go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel. And yeah, with that being said, that's all I have for you. I will see you guys in my next one. I love y'all. Bye.